Today I'm going to show you how to supercharge Photoshop with Luminar Neo. Hey there and welcome to PHLEARN. My name is Aaron Nace and today we're going to show you how to use artificial intelligence to make your images fantastic. Now this is using a program called Luminar Neo. My favorite thing about this is it works as a standalone program, but also as a plugin within Photoshop. So we don't have to leave Photoshop to get access to things like replacing skies and being able to retouch our subjects and completely relight our photos. This is amazing software that uses artificial intelligence. Let's go ahead and jump in, show you how it works. So here's our sample image for today. Now I want to make this a little bit more interesting. I want to replace the sky, maybe add some light rays, maybe do a little bit of retouching on my subject, maybe brighten her face up a little bit. There's a lot I want to do, and we're going to use Luminar Neo as a plugin, which basically works under your filter gallery. Now, because it's a filter, we have access to smart filters. So before doing anything, here's what I recommend doing. Go ahead and click on your background layer, just right click up there and go to convert to a smart object. Now, just like any other filter in Photoshop, once you make this a smart object, you can come back and edit this over and over again. So we've got our smart object. Let's go up to filter. We're going to go down to where it says Skylum software. Again, this works as a standalone or as a plugin for both Photoshop and Lightroom. So let's go to Luminar Neo, and basically it just loads this image. You can see it's starting our plugin, and it's going to bring up an entire new interface, and here's our image. So we have a few different options. We can actually go to their preset tab. This is where it is by default, and we can see all of these different presets. We'll just kind of like apply preset looks to our images. Now they're fantastic. I really like kind of like the maximum amount of control. So we're just going to go right here to our edit dialog. So let's go ahead and click on edit. Now we're going to go through our right hand side, and you can see all of these fantastic editing tools that we have available for us. We're going to start at the very top with this Enhance AI. This works incredibly cool. Like literally just by clicking your accent, it just kind of analyzes your image and finds out where it can adjust your highlights, shadows, and bring out more definition into your image, everything using artificial intelligence. Now, in this case, the sky is just a little bit boring here, so we're going to go to Sky AI as well. There we go, and I can just choose a sky. Now, the trick is here, I'm going to click on the first sky. What it's doing in the background now is it's actually cutting out our subject using AI and finding the sky, like in the original photo, and then placing this new sky in there. So as we put in the sky, the first one takes just a second, and then you can kind of click through and find the sky that you like. I think these are so cool. So clicking through these, and if one doesn't look like perfect right off the bat, don't worry, because you can do a lot of adjustments to these skies after the fact as well. I kind of like this gray sky. I think that's really nice. You can see there's a bunch, and you can also go here to get more skies as well directly through Luminar. Okay, now our sky orientation, you can change things like your horizon position. There we go, and look at that. It keeps the cutout perfectly. The horizontal position, there we go, something like that. I like that, and of course you can flip that left or right. You can change your mask refinement. Basically, if you find it doesn't work really well with your image, you can just change the mask, close the gaps left or right, and fix the details. Honestly, it did a really good job, like by default, so I'm good. We can go to scene relighting. Now this is actually gonna relight our image based on the sky that you choose. So if you choose a sky that has like warm colors, so for instance, I just go to like this, there we go, a warm color sky, and then I go to scene relighting. You can see it actually like relights it. There we go, and relights the saturation, and you can even relight the person as well. Look at that, to fit the new sky. All right, so this is super cool. Let's just click on this eyeball to turn that off and back on. So you can see not only does it change out the sky, but it's completely relighting your image. So you don't have to choose something that looks exactly like your image to start with. You can always relight it, which I think is incredibly fun. Now, I think this one looks really good. So let's go to there. This does work with reflections as well. So if you had like a lake in the background, it'll actually put the sky in the lake. Super cool. We don't have that in this case, so we're just gonna close it up. And we have our sky adjustments here as well. So I can go add a little bit of defocus, which is a really nice way. A lot of the time you're not gonna have a perfectly in focus sky. So let's go ahead and just, you can see here the background is a tiny bit out of focus, so our sky needs to be a tiny bit out of focus too. So let's go ahead and put that a little bit out of focus. We're just gonna go to a 1. That looks great. Let's add a little bit of grain and then maybe some atmospheric haze. That'll just help it kind of look a little bit more. My whole recommendation when you're doing a sky replacement is try to make your new sky look kind of similar to the sky that was already there. The reason being is that that sky is kind of like the light source for your image. So if you have like a bright blue sky, your subject is going to have some blue in them as well. So you want to try to put a new sky in there and have that be blue. In this case, our original sky was kind of grayish, so the new sky that I'm putting in, I want it to be a little bit more on the gray side as well. That's going to help everything look a little bit more realistic. Okay, now you can add a little bit of warmth to try to match your image. There we go. In this case, I don't think it really needed any, so we're just going to go back to 0. And of course, we can change our brightness too, and you can see it's relighting our image. I think that looks fantastic. So let's go ahead and close that down. Now that is all just within our sky properties. And of course at the top you can see this is our favorites. Now let's say you wanted to do something like relighting. I want to just click on relight, okay? You can actually adjust like the close parts of your image, like your subject, and you can relight the back. But let's say I want this, I use it a lot and I want it to be a favorite. You just right click here. There we go. Let's go ahead and close it down. Right click and I'm going to go to add to favorites. There we go, and then that just puts that up there on the very top. So if you find you're using something often, I like to put it in the favorites. All right, so relighting, and now we can just change the brightness of anything that's near. Just crank that up, and just a second, it's going to go ahead and update my subject. Look at that. Is this amazing? So it basically calculates like what's close to the camera and farther from the camera, and you can completely relight these things. So you can change the background, you can change the foreground, and just get a really, really nice balance. I think this Relight tool is absolutely fantastic. All right, well, I do want to go through these and kind of show you some of these fantastic tools that Luminar has to offer. So here within the develop presets, this is where you would do things like your exposure, your black and white, curves and things like that. You have a lot of these same options in like Lightroom, or if you're using Photoshop, Adobe Camera Raw, this is where you'd see that. So like exposure, things like that, this would work for your entire image. And I do think a little bit of exposure works a little bit better. Maybe we'll bring some smart contrast in there as well. And I'm just gonna bump up the shadows. So I think all this is really, really cool. Let's go ahead and move down. You can see you can actually erase parts of your effects as well. You can add some structure. Now this basically is like micro contrast, which is a little bit like sharpening. So let's go ahead and add a little bit of structure. You can see it really makes your images pop. I think that's even more than I need. So let's go ahead and bring that down just a little bit. Of course, you can work with your color, saturation, vibrance. You can do black and white. You can add to your small details, medium details, and large details. But I think this works really well. Let's go back here to these things like atmosphere. This is where this program really shines. It's with all these artificial intelligence tools. So you can do things like add fog if you wanted to. So let's go ahead and just add like a little bit of fog. This is going to do that right to that sky layer. It looks really, really nice. You can add sun rays. So I'm going to hit place sun center, and we're just going to kind of put this right up there and start to add some sun rays to my image. Now, again, we can kind of put these wherever we think that the sun might actually be coming from. You want to choose a bright spot. There we go. And we're just going to add just a little bit of sun rays to that. And you can just choose your length and your penetration and your overall look there. I like these sort of things to be really, really nice and subtle, unless I'm choosing there we go. Unless I'm going to be putting this in like a forest or something like that. There we go. Overall look, we're just going to change that, make that a little bit softer. Fantastic. Our sun settings, we're just going to go, our glow radius, it's going to come down. You can have your sun radius larger or smaller. There's a lot of different options built into this tool, which I think is fantastic. Your ray setting, you can change the rays, the amount of rays you have. You can randomize this. This is so cool. And you can change your sun warmth as well. All this within that sunrise dialog. All right, your dramatic, we can just make our image more dramatic with a click. All right, I think this one looked good just how it was. We can go color toning. There we go. We can add a matte effect as well. This is so cool. For me, this is like, oh, cool. Let's just go in here and play around. I really like this because we don't have to like go through and use all the complicated tools in Photoshop. You can just kind of see like, okay, cool. I like, maybe that's how this looks, and let's keep moving on. Portrait bokeh, you can actually cut, like this will automatically cut your subject out and add a little bit of bokeh to the background. It takes just a second, but you can see here it's actually adding this, and it works with our cutout skies as well. So you can see it's actually adding some bokeh to the sky. There we go. And this works on any image. It's going to automatically detect your subject and cut them out. This face AI is super cool. You can actually add like light to the face. Look at that. It finds the subject's face and adds a little bit of light to them. This is something I have to do like in so many different photos. All right, your skin AI, you can adjust the skin if you want to. You can change their body, all kinds of crazy things. And then of course you can have all these options like super contrast, changing the contrast between your highlights, midtones, and shadows. You could dodge and burn, clone, all of these things. This is such a cool, powerful tool. So let's go over here. Now that we've like done a lot with this edit, I think it looks fantastic. We're gonna go where it says edits here on the top right side. And you can see this is everything that we've actually done to the image. So you can go in here and change this at any time. And on the bottom, it just says discard edits. Now, I think this looks fantastic. And again, because this is a plugin built into Photoshop, we're just gonna hit apply on the top right. So I'm gonna hit apply there. You can see it's just gonna take a second and process our image. The workflow we told you about earlier was to use a smart object within Photoshop, right? So you can see like this is so cool. Because we used a smart object, now we have Luminar Neo as a smart filter. So I can just go to here where it says smart filters. I can click on this eyeball and turn that off and back on, and see all of that was done with Luminar Neo, just like a few clicks of the button. That's incredibly, incredibly cool. And because it's a smart object, if I want to change any of this stuff at any time, I can just go right to where it says Luminar Neo, just double click right there. It's gonna open my plugin another time. There we go. And when we're back in Luminar Neo. So let's go back over here to where it says edits, and we can see all of this is the edits that we actually put on our image. So we can go here dramatic, and maybe we can make it more or less dramatic if we want to. We can go and back to our sky. For instance, if you want to click here and you want to change the sky, you can do that with just a click of the button. Just incredibly quick. Everything is already pre-calculated. Once it figures out like how to cut your subject out for the first time, you don't have to figure out that again. There we go, boom, and you're good to go. So all of this is incredibly quick. I'm just gonna go to Relight AI. You can change your brightness again if you want to do that. Boom, all of these settings you can go in and change at any time. And when you're good to go, just hit apply once more. It'll process and put you right back into Photoshop. And then of course, this is just a smart filter. So you can continue with your Photoshop editing on top of this. You're still in Photoshop. You don't have to exit to use a special program. You're back in Photoshop with all of your layers intact. So for instance, if I wanted to grab an adjustment layer and go to levels, for instance, maybe I want to do some blue channel and I want to add just a little bit of blues to my shadows and a little bit of yellows to my highlights, some light color toning. I can do that using all the same Photoshop tools that I know and love. And of course I can turn this smart filter, that's my Luminar effects, I can turn that off and on at any point in time, and we are good to go with our image. This is such a cool tool. I love the fact that it's built in as a plugin. I don't have to leave Photoshop. I can, because I'm using with a smart object, I can go back and change any of these settings at any point in time. I get like a really good base for working on my image, and then I can build on it from there. This video is a partnership with Luminar Neo, as you might have guessed. Now, the cool thing about this software is you can pay subscription, like monthly or annually, but you can also get a lifetime license, which is an incredibly cool option. Not a lot of software out there offer this, so you can pay once and have it literally for the rest of your life and get access to all these artificial intelligence tools. If you enjoyed this video and want to try out these artificial intelligence tools for yourself, click on the link right down below. It helps to support this channel, and it's much appreciated. And let us know what you think of artificial intelligence when it comes to image editing. Personally, I think it's fantastic. It allows us to save a lot of time and gives a lot of functionality that's things I might not have thought about doing, considering like changing the sky out in this photo. But now, because we can do it with a click of a button, it just makes it all the more easy and a lot more fun. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give us a big like and subscribe to our channel for more free Photoshop videos. Thanks again. I'll learn you later. Bye, everyone.